investigators head to China, confident that they have taken vital artifacts out of the hands of the cultists. Let's see what the next phase in this world-spanning epic, The Masks of Nyarlathotep, will bring.
Tuesday, the 24th of March, the dark of the moon, beneath the pyramid of Mycerinus, Cairo. Omar al-Shakti knelt upon the altar before the sarcophagus of Nitocris. Great lady, forgive me. I have failed you. Tonight should have been your rebirth, and yet they have delayed your return to the throne that is rightfully yours. I have served you across lifetimes. I have walked this earth in many forms, always preparing the way, and now, at the moment of your rising, I was complacent and allowed them to interfere. I swear upon the Black Pharaoh that I will make amends. I will hunt them down to the end of the earth. Your resurrection will not be denied. Your reign will not be delayed. I will see you restored to glory, even if I must sacrifice every last drop of this mortal life. When next I kneel before you, my queen, it will be so that you may look upon your faithful servant with your own eyes once more. The following night, at al-Shakti's villa on the banks of the Nile, north of Cairo. On a polished table in the entry hall sat a small parcel, neatly wrapped, unremarkable, the sort of thing that arrives by post every day in a house of influence. The label bore al-Shakti's name in a spidery hand. Al-Shakti studied it for a long moment. He dismissed the last of the servants with a flick of his fingers, the door closing softly behind them, leaving him alone in the lamp-lit room. He reached out. The string parted with a dry whisper, the paper folded back. Then the world erupted. A sharp, concussive blast tore through the study, shattering the quiet and sending a shockwave rippling through the villa. Lamps guttered, curtains snapped, and dust rained from the carved ceiling. The force knocked objects from shelves and sent a palpable tremor through the tiled floor. When the echoes faded, the villa was momentarily plunged into a stunned silence. Then servants began shouting from the corridors, feet pounding toward the study, smoke curling lazily through the air, carrying the acrid smell of burnt paper and scorched wood. And in the centre of it all, al-Shakti stood amid the chaos, shaken but upright, his expression as dark as the fresh burn marks on his linen suit. Someone had dared to reach into his home. Someone had dared to touch him. Servants and guards rushed in, but he raised a hand to stop them. His voice was low, steady and dangerous. Do not fear. I am only lightly wounded, but he will not be so lucky. The days in Bombay passed in a strange, suspended rhythm. A welcome pause, a breath drawn before the plunge into whatever waited you across the sea. You found yourselves lingering in the city's humid heat, drifting between consulate offices, telegraph counters, bazaars and tailoring houses, and the shaded verandas of the Taj Mahal Hotel. Replacement passports came through in fits and starts. Jacobs predictably took the longest. The American consulate insisted on forms, signatures and interviews that seemed designed to test patience rather than identity. During this lull, you secured the services of Dr. Arvinder Gujarati, a soft-spoken Indian psychotherapist with sharp eyes and a reputation for unusual cases. He agreed to accompany you to Shanghai for what seemed a reasonable fee, offering quiet sessions on the voyage to help Lucky and Jacob untangle the frayed edges of their minds. He carried no air of mysticism, only a calm, steady presence that was indeed most welcome after the madness of Cairo. The day dawns for your departure from Bombay. Friday the 3rd of April 1925. Whilst you have been in Bombay, you have replenished all of those items that you lost and left behind in Cairo. I mentioned clothes and other, so everything else that you needed to purchase, you've had plenty of time to do that. You've also, as I mentioned, regained all of your papers and passports, etc., those of you who had lost them. The situation financially is now that you haven't received, you received money previously from Erica Carlisle. That money has now, with all of the exploits in London, Cairo, and now here, and replenishing your items, has pretty much run out. So the only money that you now have left is your own individual stash of cash, which does vary quite considerably, varying based on the on your backgrounds and your ways of life in terms of what your financial situation was before you joined up on this expedition. But Sir Edward, you have currently $425 in terms of available money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which when we're thinking about in terms of today's money, $1 is worth about £15. So you have got essentially about £6,000 worth of money left that you've got access to. Okay. Obviously, you're quite very well to do, because the rest of the Jacob, Bert, and Lucky aren't quite so financially buoyant. Jacob, you have $60 worth of funds, which again is about £900 to give you in today's money, to give you an understanding of how much you've got. Bert, you have 30, which is about £450, and Lucky, you have $40, about £600. So from now on, and when I tell you, and you won't always be the case, because when you're just paying for small daily things, they don't. There's a level of expenditure that just goes as standard. But if there's any reasonable sized purchases, you're going to have to use your own money, unless you manage to source money from elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah. We could get money, but that involves alerting people as to where we are.
Not really. Not if I get a job or rob a bank.
Or we steal stuff.
We steal stuff, yeah. Or we could.
I like where your head's at.
Or we could sell these artifacts back to Al Shakti.
Or give it a favourable price.
Yeah, we'll give him one back, and we'll keep the other one till we run out of money. That may be problematic, because we're going to have to try and source some money when we get to Shanghai, because that's not going to be enough to get us to Australia.
We'll have to do homestays along the way.
Well, I'm more concerned that it's not going to even keep me in ammunition.
Not at the rate you're firing it. Yeah.
I think you'll be okay. I think £600 is probably quite a lot of ammunition in today's money. Yeah, you're right. It's not really. You're being quite heavily. You will. It looks like you're going to have to be quite heavily subsidised by Sir Edward as things stand at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as things stand, you've got a few days. We've had a few days in Bombay. You are just going to accept your fiscal situation currently. Think something you're going to deal with later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bert can contact Mr. Finch and send a financier with a big sack of stolen cash.
Didn't we have another source of finance?
Erica Carlisle.
Yeah. Originally, you were financed by Erica Carlisle via her attorney.
But everyone else is dead now except you.
And you see, haven't received any further finance, any further advances, and obviously they don't even know where you are now. Which is going to be my next question as to when would be the last time you would have given them an update as to what your progress is and where you are?
Probably about 2 days before we let Cairo, or maybe actually might have sent a telegram before we went into the pyramid. But since then, we've just been run.
Yeah.
So prior to the pyramid entry, I think. And that is both from England, both to England and also to Erica Carlisle. Bradley Gray is a lawyer. Yes. Yeah.
Might be something to spend a bit more time on while we're in Bombay, giving them a bit more of a comprehensive update. Like I say, it's been a bit rushed, hasn't it, up till now?
So as far as Bradley Gray goes, then Erica Carlisle's attorney, are you going to kind of send him a summary of everything that you found out so far and what's happened? Or how are you going to do it?
I discussed it with the other. I think we should, but of course, there's always the risk that it gets intercepted, and perhaps we should report on what's happened rather than what we're intending to do next.
No, absolutely. We don't give any indication of where we're heading next.
Yeah, particularly as we've legged it to Shanghai in order to throw them off the sun.
Okay, so you're going to send a full update in terms of what you found out, but not your intentions of moving. So up to and including Egypt, yeah.
Well, Douglas never used to put actual occult and what actually is going on. He always used to redact anything that was to do with genuine magic and genuine gods.
Yeah. Okay.
But the stuff that he sent to Finch was totally unredacted.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
presumably Jacob should take over reporting to.
Well, Jacob will.
Carlisle.
Yeah,
I think he
The only
had.
one
Yeah,
left.
how
so,
soon
yeah,
you forget? It was in my farewell letter.
Of
it
course.
was. Yeah, it was only a few days ago though.
Yeah. Well, there's no
Engagement.
reason I can't actually say in the letter that I'm deliberately not informing her about the future plans in case it falls into the wrong hands. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So I'm just gonna make a note of that. So Bert, you're gonna send the full unredacted account.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
When we get to Shanghai, you could always wire Miss Carlyle and ask her to send funds.
Yeah.
I should turn around fairly quickly.
Okay.
Perhaps we should warm her up to that idea in the report we sent.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell her where to send it though, but let her know that we've run out. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we'll be in
touch.
contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've hired some very well connected and trustworthy companions to replace all the ones that have died around you.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Good. Is there anything else that anybody would have wanted to do in the interim couple of days in Bombay before embarking, or are we happy to leave?
No, I'm just I think staying very low and relaxing and trying to get my head straight and continuing to process the fact that I killed one of my friends.
And Wilfred.
Ooh.
Okay. Bombay feels like a nice, as I said earlier, it just feels like a nice break. Everything else that's been going on, you feel like you've, for now at least, have escaped the net, begin to wind down. It's Friday the 3rd of April 1925, dawns, and you head to the docks, catch your voyage to Shanghai, which should take approximately 3 weeks. The P&O steamer loomed at the docks like a floating city, its funnels coughing pale smoke into the morning sky. As you board, Bombay's cacophony fades behind you. The cries of vendors, the clack of rickshaw bells, the distant call to prayer. The ship's horn bellows once long and low, and the vessel eases away from the quay, turning its prow towards the open sea. The days settle into a rhythm, shaped by the ship's slow, steady pulse. Bert spends long hours on the sun-washed deck, indulging in target practice with the ship's officers. Tin cans, drifting buoys, and the occasional unfortunate coconut become his quarry. The crack of gunfire echoes across the water, drawing curious glances from passengers who whisper about the odd Englishman with a steady hand. Sir Edward and Bert, to a lesser extent, devote quiet hours in the cabin to the mythos tomes they carry. Pages yellowed with age, ink faded, margins filled with the cramped handwriting of mad scholars long dead. Often the words seem to shift under the lamplight, revealing new meanings, new warnings. Occasionally Sir Edward would be seen mouthing incantations or attempting odd hand gestures, and other times he would close a book abruptly, staring out at the endless horizon as though trying to steady himself against what he had just learned. Lucky and Jacob spend much of their time with Dr. Gujarati. Sessions take place in a quiet corner of the promenade deck or in the doctor's small cabin where the scent of sandalwood hangs faintly in the air. The doctor listens more than he speaks, guiding you gently through your memories that you had tried to bury. Some nights Lucky emerges pale and shaken. Others, Jacob walks the deck alone, staring at the moonlit waves as though searching for something beneath them. Okay, can we just revisit the scenario regarding the necklace and crown? So from the last time I remember, the plan was for you to throw them over the side of the ship. Are we still with that? And who currently has them? I can't remember who. One of them is Lucky who has them, isn't it?
I have one.
Yeah.
Bert got one. Hang on, let me just check my list. Jacob's got the necklace.
Jacob, yeah. I don't believe
I've got the crown.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
At some stage, I'll sort of when we're talking to the ship's officers, I'll try and get into a conversation about what's the deepest part of the voyage.
Okay. You've only been out of Bombay for a couple of days.
The ship's officers tell you that the Nicobar Trench in the northeast part of the Indian Ocean is the deepest part. Is the deepest part of the ocean on the voyage. Nothing dropped in there is ever seen again.
If we do throw them away, one in each ocean, one in the Indian, one in the Pacific.
I was thinking that we throw them both in the trench, but wait half an hour so that they're sufficiently far apart. If it's that deep, there's no way that they'll be able to reach them.
Yeah, that works. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Anyone human can reach them.
Well, if you're thinking that something inhuman, it really wouldn't matter where we threw them, would it?
Okay, carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you then.
No, that's fine.
I'm just thinking if we can separate them by hundreds of miles, if they are ever found, it would delay our enemies, possibly give us sufficient time.
True. Where's the second deepest place?
That's a slightly more difficult conversation. Yeah.
Strangely, I didn't compile a league table of the deepest places.
It starts to look a bit suspicious there.
If one wanted to dispose of something, just hypothetically,
this rolled up carpet with something inside it, for example.
Don't worry, it's not a body. It's not a body. Don't worry. But if it was a body,
oh dear. Well, if Sir Edward feels that it would be sensible to separate them, then I'll bow to his greater knowledge on disposal of such items. But I'm happy to throw them half an hour apart, because they may well think that we have dropped it 200 miles apart. The cunning double bluff, you see. Just what were they expecting us to do?
Yeah. What you need to do is find the shallowest part of your journey.
This on a beach in the Maldives.
Yeah. Well, what they wouldn't expect us to do is to wear it like a hat. I just want a shot of them, honestly.
And also, the sooner we get rid of them, the better. In case we can.
If they can be tracked,
advise where they are.
Yeah. If they can get them off the ocean floor in the deepest trench in the Indian Ocean, then they can get them from anywhere, can't they? So.
Yeah, exactly. Tie one of the necklaces to it so they can't be scryed. I wonder if it works on. Edward, do these work on objects as well as individuals?
Interesting question. That. It's not something I've considered before.
Well, could you consider it now?
Okay, so
it's designed for people.
Sorry, the answer is no, they don't.
There is one thing. I did read the book Amongst the Stones, and it's got in it some poetry that seems to refer to the adornments of Nyarlathotep as having powers. So I wonder if we could keep them and use them. If we learn more about
Isn't that possibly the most dangerous thing we could do? If we were going to do something like that, can we at least throw one of them and keep one of them?
Did it say what powers, Bert?
Well, it was all sort of poetry, and it's not really my sort of thing, but I don't know. Having read it, I feel like really keep it.
Right, let's chuck them both overboard. I don't like the fact that Bert's now liking the idea of keeping it. That makes me uncomfortable.
We'll certainly have a few days, so perhaps I'll read the section you're talking about. That may give us more insight.
Right, fine. But unless someone can give me a really, really, really good reason why we should keep these things.
Well, we would have to balance the risk of them.
Well, the risk is the end of the world.
Well, that's the point. The risk of them falling into the wrong hands against the benefit that we might have from them. And you know my view on this. I don't think we should be using the weapons of the enemy. They're dangerous, incredibly dangerous. The things we can't control.
Yeah, but I fear that we may have no choice if we are to defeat the creatures that they pit against us.
Right, but we should be measured in what we're using. There are other things we can use. Using these, if we die, everything we've done so far is for absoluting, because they fall back into our shattered hands, and he's bringing the Queen back.
Well, every
Do you
day
know?
we get closer to that
agree.
trench. So you continue studying them, and perhaps we'll have this discussion when we need to.
There's going to have to be an incredibly compelling reason not to throw these things.
No, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, but you kind of about halfway through the book that you're reading is actually only a compendium of short poems with a bit of prose in between them amongst the stones, so it isn't actually a huge read. But Sir Edward, you're already reading tomes anyway, aren't you? So you can't break off reading one, start reading another. Unfortunately, you can, but you just have to start again from.
Yeah.
So you'd have wasted the days that you've already spent on the other one.
Mhm.
So okay. Oops. Okay, so the voyage continues, and the next couple of days pass uneventfully until you are approaching the northeast part of the ocean where the Nicobar Trench is located. So it's today that you're going to have to decide if you want to throw it here, whether you do it or not.
Have you learnt anything further, Bert, from reading?
Yeah, well, it was tough going because it was all like poetry and that. But from what I can tell, they're just like that green disc-shaped rock that I've got on the necklace. You know, where it like protects you against like magic and all these great old ones and stuff. But when the two are together, it protects you even more. They stack. So that's why I was thinking they should be kept together because they're even more protective. And each one of them has got an ability to cast one of these spells, like we've seen Lucky and our poor dear departed friends do. Like on the crown, it can do this spell that they call Abyss of the Mind's Eye, and it can drive your enemy to madness, but not like Thompson madness. Sorry, Lucky, like incapacitate them. And then in the necklace, there's a spell Pharaoh's Wrath, and that allows you to cast out from your fingertips huge bolts of energy up to 100 yards. And that sounds. We need every edge we can get, don't we? Split them up, one for one person, one for another. Bosh. You know, I haven't really been down with all this magic and that, but I've got a lot of will, a lot of strength. I reckon I could use them. I reckon I could help.
It's tempting, but those are the kind of temptations that we were offered in the pyramid.
Nah. That was a fool's errand. That wasn't a proper deal. Don't worry when someone's offering you a deal like that. That's not for real. These are for real. These are like right here in our hands.
Well, I don't mind keeping one, but we should definitely throw the other. I'd say throw the crown, keep the necklace, because at least the necklace can be hidden. But we definitely have to get rid of one. What does everyone else think?
I'm inclined to agree. Obviously, we do need every advantage we can get when bullets won't work. But we can't risk Shakti both items. One will be hard enough to retrieve. Two will be almost impossible.
Well,
yes, perhaps we do keep the necklace.
I can understand what you're saying. If we're going to throw one overboard, we'll have to be, subtle about it. Like sneak out at night.
Yeah.
Or wrap it up in something, maybe something heavy.
Or just chuck it. It's going to, whatever it is, it's just going to sink, isn't it? We don't need necessarily.
That's a good point. It's just a solid piece of metal. But all right, if that's what you think, I'll totally agree. I don't mind doing it. I'm a pretty sneaky fella. I can slip out at night and chuck it over.
Well, like, unnecessary subterfuge. I could probably just sling it now. It wouldn't make any difference, would it?
Well, what if someone sees us doing it? Isn't that we don't want any witnesses, do we?
What?
No.
Why does that matter? What? Okay, you say you threw something overboard.
Secrets
and you'll have a location of where we were when it went overboard. We want no one to know about this.
Well, there's nothing they can do about it. I don't know how someone's going to get down there to retrieve it. And anyway, by the time it's night time, we'll probably pass the trench. The more we talk about this, the further we are from it. I say we keep the necklace, and I don't know whether Jacob is the best person to keep it, given the state of his mind. And equally, I don't think I'm necessarily the best person to keep it, so it should either go to Sir Edward or to Bert if you are feeling that strongly about it, but the circlet.
I won't be using that the magic. I don't think I want to have it. I don't trust these artifacts. They always come at a price, and it's often a terrible one.
No, I agree.
But Bert, I've seen your strength of mind, so I wonder if anyone is to keep it. Perhaps it should be you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I want to help take on a bit more responsibility in this area. And
well, if it's you say it provides armor like the stone that you have already, if you're going to be in the thick of it, it would be sensible for you to have that level of protection. So it would make sense for you to retain both of those so that you can get up close with your shotgun.
yeah, I agree.
All right, where are we at the moment?
You're over the trench.
So yeah, but are we on deck? Are we in the cabin?
You're in the cabin, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Right, then I'm gonna take the crown out of my gear and I'm just gonna head up on deck and sling it overboard.
Okay.
I think you should keep it in a bag when you throw it.
Why?
I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of being so brazen about it, Lucky. We should keep it. We should keep it a bit more secret. Yeah, I've got a spare bag. Let me just put it in my bag and I'll throw it over.
No, I'll do it. It's fine. I've got a bag. I'll take it and then I'll chuck it. Put it in a bag and I'll take it out onto deck. You can all watch me do it if you like, or probably that might draw too much attention. I can do it. I'll do it on my own. I'll wait till no one's around and I can sling it.
Okay, so
I can even weigh it down with something. I'll find something in the cabin that can weigh it down. I don't know, clock or something.
Okay. You take the necklace out of your bag. Sorry, the crown out of your bag. It's the crown you're throwing away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. You're putting it in another bag. Did you say? And then you throw it over with something heavy.
Yeah, put it in a smaller bag that I can tie up, and I'll put something heavy from the room in it, and I'll go out onto deck. And when there's nobody around, I will drop it over the side.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You put it. You search around the room. You find something heavy, which is loads of stuff that you can weigh the bag down with. Stick it in. You see the beautiful crown of Nyarlathotep. Actually, is an amazingly lustrous object. For the last time, as Lucky slides it into the bag, and then
Can I actually have a look at it? Because I read all about it. I haven't actually seen it. What's it really look like?
I give Bert a sidelong look and just leave.
Okay.
Oh, seriously, though, that's a...
No, you're okay, Bert. I don't think it's something that you really need to be worrying yourself with. Just concentrate on learning how to use the necklace. This one's going over the side.
I'll grab out at the bag. I just really want to see it.
Put my hand out to stop. Actually, I'm not even going to put my hand out to stop him. I'm going to just leave the room.
I just put my hand on Bert's arm and say, Bert, look, this is a compromise. Some of us don't want to keep either of these. Some want to keep them all. This is the best compromise. You're going to have to live with it.
Why do I have to live with it?
Now I'm really leaving.
Okay, you're kind of standing in the doorway. You move out now.
Yeah, and I'll shut the door behind me, and I'm going to run to the side of the ship and sling it.
Jacob, you see Bert's face is kind of contorted in anger and frustration, and his eyes are wide, as if you've never seen him like that before. It was only a brief glimpse of it, and then it just dissipates.
So here over the tannoy, paging Mr. Tolkien. Yeah, I don't care whether there's anybody on deck. I'm just slinging it.
Okay, you go up onto the deck, and yeah, I mean, there's a few people up on the deck, but there will be this. You can easily just throw it over. You just wait till there's nobody in the particular part of the ship that you're in, and you can just literally just drop it off the side.
Yep.
Which you do without any issues, and it drops like a stone, as you'd imagine.
Or do I?
Yeah.
Yes,
The bag
yes, I do.
gets caught on the propeller.
Yeah.
No, I come back and I'm wearing it. No, that's definitely going never to be seen again, I hope, or at least not in my lifetime.
Okay, you've dropped it into the water. It
3
momentarily
weeks.
surface. Yeah. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. It's now rolling along the bottom of the sea, waiting for a small creature to find it when it's fishing.
In 6 months' time, a lobster will crawl out.
Oh, no, don't worry. You need a deep one to find it, and they haven't got any of those. Oh, shit, they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, they don't have any undersea creatures.
I'm going to surreptitiously study Bert. I'm a bit concerned about him, just to see if he's acting out of character still. Or...
He's kind of he's gone over.
You'll have to surreptitiously study me from my room because I'm gonna go lie down.
Yeah, good idea, Bert. I think you've obviously been studying hard. Take a break.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
It's when he comes back with his shotgun that we know that we've gone too far.
Okay. Presently, Lucky returns Son's bag.
There's Lucky, Jacob, and Sir Edward in the room.
Yeah, because Bert's gone to his own cabin.
It's quite a concerning situation there.
I'm concerned that Bert was in some way glamoured by the artifacts.
Yes.
They've been influenced by them.
Yes, most definitely.
We know powerful artifacts will corrupt. I've seen it in my own house, the damage that they can do. I think it's a wise choice to at least throw one of them away.
Well, it doesn't matter. We'll keep an eye on the other one. We can always dispose of it at a later date if it comes down to it.
Except that it's on Bert's person, and if he's been glamoured by it, then well,
that's the concerning issue, isn't it?
But it's going to have that. We know how strong his will is. If it's going to have that effect on him, it will have an even stronger effect. It'll have an even stronger effect on somebody else. I think for now,
it didn't have an effect on you, though, did it? In terms of slinging it overboard. So
no, but I didn't read about it, and I wasn't aware of the power that it could wield. We know that the books can have an effect. So being told about something slightly different from actually reading it itself, there's obviously power within the books themselves. So that might have strengthened it. But he seemed very keen that they were kept together. Maybe the strength of the attraction will dissipate now that they're split. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. He doesn't. Did you give the other one, the necklace, to him yet?
I think he's still got it, hasn't he? I thought he had it.
Well, you had it, but I don't.
He had the other necklace with the green disc.
Yeah, he's got the necklace with the green disc. You had the
necklace of Nyarlathotep. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've still got it at the moment. I'm fine with giving it to him. Honestly, if we are going to keep it, he is the most able to withstand the pressures of it.
Well, I agree, but it hasn't affected me so far. Can I suggest I keep it for the voyage, and we use it to test Bert in terms
see
of
how heavily he's drawn towards it.
Exactly. And if he passes the test, I'm happy to relinquish it to him as soon as we arrive in Shanghai, because I agree that he's probably the strongest willed of us all. But
can I suggest on that basis then that maybe you give it to Sir Edward, because if he thinks that you have it, he might try and obtain it from you.
Yes. All right. Well,
so there's a kind of okay. He's going to attack you either way if he wants it that desperately. But if he does attack you, I don't actually want him to get it.
All right, Sir Edward, will you take it?
Yes, certainly.
I'll give it to Edward.
Okay. So you have the necklace of Nyarlathotep now. So where are you going to put it?
Might it be best to wear it under your clothing?
No, keep it on my person.
Well, wear it. But we don't know how it acts. Did you read enough to know how to activate it?
I haven't read anything about it, but I imagine to activate it, you just wear it. The same as the other necklace that Bert has.
I wonder if we should compartmentalize all of this, and it might be dangerous for Sir Edward to read the book as well, if it has that effect on Sir Edward as well.
Yes, yeah, that's fair. Well, let's just leave it for the time being. Then you wear it, and we'll see whether Bert sniffs it out.
Thinking about the resources that we have within the group and the best places for them. My Order of the Watching Star amulet is rather powerful and replicates some of the features I believe the necklace would have in its protective. And also there are some other offensive powers that my amulet gives me. So the necklace of Nitrocus would be best worn by somebody else.
Well, let's see what happens with Bert. I want to see whether how drawn he is to this for the rest of the voyage. If he really is under its spell, then I wouldn't expect it to be long before he's calling on me to hand it over to him.
Right. In which case, if you want to keep yours, Sir Edward, I'll take the necklace. I'll wear it, and then you can remain protected by your. I don't know whether you can wear multiple ones, and it not affect. It's easy. We're wasting time. I'll wear it, and we'll leave it at that, and then we'll see what Bert does. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. And we'll discuss this again toward the end of the voyage to see. Just to test Bert's behaviour. I think until then.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to go back to your normal activities. Obviously, and just see how Bert is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do have some questions about the other items that we have, and just to confirm where they're located. So the sceptre of Nyambi.
I have both. I have the pair of scepters and the carved wooden scepter.
And the scepter pairs.
Yeah.
Would be very tempted.
I'm sure you would be.
One or both, because they would be able to allow me to cast more of the spells that I have. In addition, the ones that I just discovered from one of these tomes.
Well, they were my good friend Wilfred's, and I will be holding on to them for the time being on the basis that they will also allow me to cast my spells.
And what spells have you just discovered, Sir Edward?
So from two of the books, I believe this is the Book of Dizian. There's Call Forth, Child of the Wood, Invoke Wind Spirit, All the Unseen Walker, Consult the Wisdom of the Void, which is 4. Yes, sir, a number of them. I don't know exactly what they do yet, but they could certainly be useful for us to place creatures in between us and our enemy.
Okay, are you going to carry on studying the book, I presume, for the remainder of the...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's the Book of Dizian, is it?
Yeah, the book of... You because of the nature and side of the book, you think it's probably going to take you the most of the voyage. You're not going to probably get the opportunity to study anything else, especially if you want to try and learn the spells as well. Okay. Next, we'll fast forward to the next day. Bert isn't seen again for the remainder of that day. He remains in his cabin for the duration. It was kind of afternoonish anyway by the time the scene happened. But the next day dawns and Bert comes. Well, you all three of you, I guess, are in the cabin, in one of your cabins, which you tend to meet on a daily basis. Bert is last, but he does come to the cabin.
Morning, Bert. Are you well?
How are you feeling?
Oh, fine, thank you very much. How are you?
Good.
Might take a stroll up on deck, do a bit more shooting.
Shooting. I'll stay away from that. I'm going to have a quiet session with the good doctor. Get some breakfast.
Yeah. Well, at least it's something that I understand, something that I know. Damn books, man. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. You had a bit of a strange reaction to us getting rid of the Queen's accoutrements yesterday.
It's the books. Just after I read all them poems, it's just like all I could think was, these are so powerful and so useful. How can we possibly get rid of them? We have to keep them. We have to. That's all I could think.
And now?
It just shrugs. Yeah, whatever. I ain't reading that book again.
Yeah. Well, it's done. So we're a little bit safer, hopefully. All right, I'm gonna go get some breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
Okay, the rest of the journey passes relatively uneventfully as you continue, as Jacob and Lucky continue with their sessions with the Doctor, but continues with his less bookly pastimes on the deck. And Sir Edward confines himself to his cabin for pretty much all of the time that he's there. He's sailing, other than his meals. In fact, it gets to the point where the rest of you are a little bit concerned about just how deeply involved in the Book of Dizyan he's become. So, can I just speak to Adam on his own, please?
Mhm.
Again, I'll send the messages on Roll20.
Okay, cool. Bye bye.
Okay, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you.
Yeah, I was confused. It said 3 spells, and then I saw what looked like 4 written.
Yeah, it is 4. Sorry, I don't know why I put 3. I miscounted. So, first things first, reading the Book of Dizyan gives you... I'll send this as a message, actually, so that, because I know that Mr. Ricordi will be listening to this at some point. That's what you get for this tome, which you'll finish at the end of the whole voyage. Okay.
I was thinking maybe I should have a session with Dr. Gujarati.
Yeah, you don't need to make any kind of sand rolls or anything, because it's a gradual. It's not like as a result of one event. Okay. So you also learn, as well as the spells, there's also some prophecies in here, in this weird book.
I thought it was a good idea to just stay with the one book, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Mm.
Otherwise, I have a lot of little.
Yeah. Well, I sent you a message which shows you gives you a bit of a précis, and then some. This maybe. Sadly, it won't mean anything to you as a character, that next bit, but it might mean something to you as a person. Thinking back to previous adventures or chapters, even.
Yeah, so that goes back to Peru, doesn't it?
Mm.
And the creation of the temple there, and then the wasteland around it, and destruction of the Incas, maybe.
Now there are some other prophecies as well. Plenty to be getting on with here.
Mm.
The spells call forth a child of the wood. Enables the summoning of something referred to as the Dark Young of Shub-Niggurath. Okay. You haven't learnt these yet. The second one, Invoke Wind Spirit, allows you to summon a creature called a Bayeki. The third spell, Call the Unseen Walker, allows you to summon a Dimensional Shambler. And the last one, Consult the Wisdom of the Void, allows you to contact some entity called the Crawling Chaos.
Ooh.
And you obviously know who the Crawling Chaos is through your Mythos experience.
I might give that one a miss.
So you can, in the time that you've got left on the voyage, you can choose to learn try and learn 2 spells, and to do so, you have to make a hard intelligence roll.
Mm.
So the question is, which 2 do you want to try and learn?
I think with the Bayeki, there's a bit of family history. That obviously.
So with the
that's quite
Bayeki,
poetic in a way, and we have the whistle.
You have the whistle, and the Dimensional Shambler. You also have the dagger as well that is needed for that. The enchanted dagger.
Enchanted dagger. I guess
You got 2 of them actually. Yeah.
We have 2 enchanted daggers, but you just need 1.
Yeah, you need 1. Yeah.
Casting. Yeah, I think I should go for those 2. The Dark Young sounds interesting, but
you have to be in a forested area to be able to summon them.
The uplands of Kenya, that's looking like that might be the last place to go.
Okay,
so these prophecies,
So you need to make a hard intelligence roll. Which ones are you going to go for?
So summon Bayeki and summon Dimensional Shambler.
Okay.
The only thing is we know they can both be killed.
So what's your hard? Is it 40? Is it for your hard intelligence roll?
Intelligence. It'd be 30. Intelligence is 60. I need a 30.
Hold on a sec. Is it an int roll? Let's just make sure that's right.
Or is that a power?
I'm just checking it now. Hold on. No, it's definitely intelligence. Hard
I could
int
go with
roll.
education.
2000. Yeah. Yeah. So if you fail, it doesn't mean that you can't learn them. It just means it's going to take you longer. Okay. So yeah,
Right,
it's hard. Pardon? Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. Right then. Here's the first one.
Go for the buy key one first.
Nope.
Nope. And the next one.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you've gained all of the you've gained the mythos knowledge. You've gained the sanity. You lost the sanity. You're in the middle of learning the spells, and you now have the prophecies. Okay.
Mm.
I'll get the others to come back. You can relay that to them if you like. Okay. As I mentioned, the voyage has progressed to the point where you're approaching Hong Kong, which is only 3 days from Shanghai. At which point you dock briefly in Hong Kong, and Sir Edward, there is a telegram waiting there for you.
Interesting. Let's see.
Which I will send to you.
Hope it is good news.
Right, I'm just going to post it to the whole. I'm just going to post it to the
Investigations
main.
notes.
Oops. Yeah, the main notes thing. Yeah.
I'm just going to sign out and sign back in again. My
Okay.
headset's going really crackly. Oh.
Yeah. So if you want to relay the information that you've got from the telegram. Oh yeah, wait for Simon to come back on actually.
Yeah, still crackly, but I'll live with it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, when I get a chance, that's over a spot of lunch with the good fellows. We have some good news for once, gentlemen. I received a telegram from Mr. Wasif in Cairo. He has a contact for us in Shanghai, Mr. Anthony Chang at the Shanghai Courier. He can be trusted, and he is aware that we are coming. And that, I believe, was sent, was received 18th of April, which is still 2 ago.
Yeah.
And a newspaper, the Shanghai Courier.
I know nothing more than you, but it sounds like certainly an educated guess. A useful fellow, I'm sure, will be able to dig up information for us. Know many people in the city.
Will certainly give us a head start. Good, as you say. Good news for a change.
Okay. Even though Sir Edward is talking of good news, you have noticed that he looks very haggard. His his eyes are kind of red rimmed, and there are quite large bags under his eyes. He seems to have. It looks like he hasn't been sleeping particularly well. He's kind of has a kind of haunted, haggard look to him.
I will admit, gentlemen, that reading this book has taken its toll. There is much knowledge to be gained from it. Only several spells in there that allow you to summon creatures, and 2 of which I tried desperately to learn, but could just not get the incantations right in my mind. I will try again, but I may have to wait some time before I can return. I was distracted by several prophecies that were within the book. You seem to relate directly to the adventures that you have had over the last few years.
Prophesizing events that have happened already?
And they may yet pass. There were quite a few discussing rise and fall of civilizations in North and South America, especially the Incans and the Anasazi. One in particular, I think Jacob would have relevance to you. It talks about a form of the Black Pharaoh, an evil god falling from the sky and landing in the highest of waters, which inevitably led to the destruction of an empire. That is what you encountered in Peru, is it not?
No, it's a somewhat oblique reference, but
highest waters.
The highest waters.
I'm sure I've read something in Stanton's notes and what Baker and I discussed from his travels there. Could be wrong. Another one talks of a city beneath the desert sands, Now, the city once lost to time. Here the beast haunts the dark, awaiting the power to rise once again. I'm consulting my notes here. He shall open the void, and his brethren shall spill forth to ravage this world. That would be what happened pyramid when you found, like, when you had to escape quickly.
It'd be there was something, some beast, some power there.
I'm not sure which one this refers to, but again, reading from my notes, that rising from his slumber, the Dark One emerges from his crypt, looking upon the desolation. Steps forward to greet his ebon goddess. He shall stride the blue and white waters, entering the doomed world, rained endless terror and horrors upon the weak. Is this Africa?
You know that the blue and
Nile?
white. Yeah, the blue and white waters refers to the Nile. Yeah.
So maybe near the source of the Nile. So, and others believe me. I think that Kenya may be our last stop on this trip. And this next one could relate to it. I've heard of the Dark Mountain. A force beckoning chaos, astride the hot mountain, wrapped in foul wind, with terrible tongue bathed in blood, his obscene spawn shall tear wide the firmament, releasing the great cataclysm. The chaos, also the crawling chaos, Nyarlathotep is also known, and the hot mountain is this mountain in Africa, a volcano. Admittedly, these don't really tell us much more than we know already. They're trying to end the world.
By raising beasts and
maybe
elder gods.
And there are two more that I made notes of. This could refer to the same mountain, but maybe not. Beneath the dormant mount, the servants shall unleash a great fire upon the heavens, ripping the sky asunder. Their frenzied, blasphemous orgies will call forth the ravenous old ones to feed freely on this cursed plain. And the final one, with the blood of an innocent and the will of the brave, the priests stood high above the land, chanting over the great stone. The red pupil blazed bright as they secured the dark place once more. Now spent, they gathered their dead and descended slowly into the dawn. The last one sounds like something that either may yet come, or was that the ritual that exploded the temple?
I've just put all those into the main investigators notes so that you can peruse them at your will, at your leisure.
Yes, and of course I'll share the notes that I made with everyone. Maybe some of these have happened already, and others are yet to come.
Terrible tongue bathed in blood. A reference to the inspiration for the bloody tongue.
Yeah, the bloody tongue.
Reminds us just how high the stakes are, gentlemen, doesn't it?
It's the last one that concerns me, is whether or not that refers to an event that has happened or one that will happen. I'm unsure. Is it the same as the event you described that you dreamed of? And Carlisle and the rest of the expedition on top of that mountain?
Did any of these refer to the astronomical event that we've heard reference to, the eclipse? A red pupil blazed bright.
Are Dave and Simon still with us?
Yeah, no, I'm just
okay.
listening.
You just really okay. Right.
Contemplating.
Yeah, and also trying to work out whether some things that I've noticed in there whether actually Bert's smart enough to say it.
I think it's got to the point where he needs to be smart enough to say it.
Yeah, not that educated, bless him. I mean, it strikes me that it's all in future tense. It's all prescient, isn't it? It's not.
This is what this is leading towards.
When was that book written?
Next year.
Yeah, a long time ago, several hundred years ago.
Well, certainly, I'm sure some of these things are in the past.
Well, it's hard to see that many, if any of them, could have been in the past, because if they were in the past, we wouldn't be here now, would we? These are catastrophic, world-ending events.
Yeah, these are things to come. This is not something that has happened.
Yeah, that's fair. So this is what we're trying to prevent.
Yes, the only one that I think has happened is what I believe was the reference to to Peru, which was the first one I read.
Yeah,
I see what you're getting at, Sir Edward. The highest of waters, meaning lakes in the Andes. Lake Titicaca is high up.
It's the highest lake in the world, isn't it?
Yes, which Jacob told me all about.
An amazing place. I'd certainly want to visit one day.
There was something contained in that temple in Peru, something which must have already arrived here.
But that is contained again, no?
Yes, but it suggests that whatever it was had already arrived, although it has been contained still.
You sealed the breach.
But if that's if that latter one is a reference to Nyarlathotep falling from the sky,
One of his forms.
could it be him that's sealed inside that temple in Peru? No.
It's not the whole point of it is an aspect of.
Yes.
So, are there aspects of multiple aspects potentially walking the earth, and be bringing together?
Well, I'm sure that was the aim of the cults, is to bring forth each one at the same time. The more they bring forth, the more chance they have.
The mask has 4 faces, doesn't it? Are they 4 faces of Nyarlathotep or different gods?
I think they were different gods, weren't they? Was that not the point that you could, by wearing that mask, you could contact different gods?
Yeah, that's
They
right.
were the elder gods.
So they're not different aspects of Nyarlathotep.
No. I believe those paintings by that mad fellow in London showed certainly many of the faces of Nyarlathotep.
Just to kind of help you on that, well, not help you, but just to kind of fill in the gaps, which you probably already know, the aspects of Nyarlathotep that you've come across so far that you from the cults are, you're right, the father of maggots in Peru, which was that thing, whatever it was that was in that you managed to seal back in. Obviously, the Black Pharaoh, and you've heard reference to the bloody tongue on numerous occasions. Never actually seen it, but so it seems that those 3 cults that the cults that you've come across so far, each seem to be devoted to a different aspect or mask of the same god, i.e. Nyarlathotep.
There's a woodland one as well.
Yeah, that you read about that in another book.
So here we've got the Dark One emerging from his crypt, forward to meet his ebon goddess. That's the Black Pharaoh.
Yeah, meeting the
blue and white waters. And then a force...
meeting the queen, presumably the ebon goddess.
Yeah, and then a force of beckoning chaos. That's another one? That's another aspect of this, or just a force of beckoning chaos. And then the beast hunts along a long way to try to get. Is that another one we've got there, or do you see what I'm getting at? Each kind of paragraph of the notes. And then the next paragraph is talking about the servants, so that's probably not the bloody innocent will brave the priests.
There are 2 that refer to mountains. A force beckoning chaos bestride the hot mountain, and then we've got beneath the dormant mount. Could those be references to the same place?
I just think a force of beckoning chaos is a reference, is as much of a reference as the Dark One emerging from his crypt. His obscene spawns return wide to permanent, releasing the great cataclysm.
So the force of beckoning chaos
The
bestride the hot mountain, wrapped in firewind, with terrible tongue bathed in blood.
Yes, terrible tongue bathed in blood. Yes.
So just thinking in terms of the geography of it, we've got Egypt is the first reference because it references the Nile. We've got a mountain in the second one, another mountain in the 4th one. We think the last one is a reference to Peru. Sir Edward, you seem to think the hot mountain, was a reference to Africa, was it? A volcano?
That's where I think the Carlisle expedition was headed. And the mountain there, sure there have been mountains in Visions before, but the mountains that they mention, I think there could I think it is just one mountain rather than multiple mountains in different countries.
And desert sands, is that a reference to Egypt once more, or we've come across references to Australia too, haven't we?
Yes.
So you're saying the first one you're pretty sure is Egypt.
Second
Yeah.
one, you're not. Second and third one, you're not so sure about, nor the fourth, but the fifth one's Peru.
Yeah, it's number 2, 3, and 4,
Yeah.
isn't it? Which we're not. But 2 and 4 both refer to a hot mountain and a dormant mount. Whether those are the same things, I don't know.
Mm.
You definitely have enough information to understand where the second one is, buried in all of your notes somewhere. But
Just have so that would be a reference to a volcano. Just can't see a reference to a volcano in any of my notes, but
might not be necessarily the hot mountain bit, but maybe another part of that particular sentence.
oh, the foul wind bit. We've definitely come across that, haven't we?
How so?
Foul wind in Peru.
I'm sure we've come across a reference to a wind.
I do think we need to go back through our notes.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to ponder that. But what I will say is that you need to keep that in mind in the future, as it is quite important. So as it disappears down the list of things that you've got, just
there's a reference to a black wind in some of. There's a reference to messenger. So I'm just trying to reread my notes. What is this? There's a reference to someone being visited by an old Egyptian woman. Sun said they consorted with messenger of the black wind. This was Bessart when he was rambling. There's a reference.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, Bessart talked about being rescued by a wise woman, Nuri, and that Carlyle awakened the black wind. I've got a few references to black wind. Here's another one.
What book was this from, Sir Edward?
No,
sorry, the quotes that were.
The Book of Dzyan.
How's that spelled?
Dzyan.
Well, this one may be a bit more productive. When we were in the chamber, I think this was underneath the pyramid. Wilfrid deciphered some of the sigils on the wall. It referred to Nyarlathotep shall father a child born in the Valley of the Black Wind, bringing in a new dark age. I've got several references to Black Wind. It keeps popping up all the time. Messenger of the Black Wind referred to is this.
Your notes are better than mine. I've got nothing.
So the most... None of these are very helpful, I have to say, but Bessart rambled about... So Bessart was the one who was associated with the Carlisle expedition, wasn't he? And
went mad.
Yeah, and he talked about being rescued by a wise woman, Nuri.
Mm-hmm.
He said that Carlyle awakened the black wind and that their souls are lost. Oh no, I think Nuri told him that.
So you think all this refers to in Kenya? Then?
All of these I don't know. All of these references are references to associated with Carlyle. She was saying that Carlyle was in the Carlyle group were consorting with a messenger of the Black Wind, who told him to go to the Pyramid of Giza when the moon was at its slimmest. Well, that's about all I can see at the moment.
Anyway, you need to get back on your ship to make the remaining couple of days from Hong Kong to Shanghai. You can discuss, look at your notes later. We need to deal with a couple of things before we arrive in Shanghai. We need to deal with Lucky and Jacob's state of mind to start with, which is good. Okay, can I get Lucky? Can you roll a percentile dice for me, please?
I can, and it's going to be rubbish, isn't it? 15.
15. Ooh, okay.
I hope I needed to roll low.
You did need to roll low, and I'm just working out 5 by 70. Yeah, okay. Roll. It's 2d3. Roll 2d3, please. So that first one will be 2, and second one's 1, so 3. You regain 3 sanity points.
Rubbish.
Thanks to Dr. Gujarati's attentions over the journey.
We keep him.
You also need to make a make a SAN roll, because if you succeed the SAN roll, something good happens.
Oh, I won't. No.
Okay. Sadly, you're
not that sane.
No, you remain as you are. Okay. Let's go across to Jacob. Can you do the same, please? Make a percentile roll for first. This is rolling for the doctor to see whether his methods work on you as well. 42.
42.
Okay. Yes, not quite as effective as with Lucky, but it's still effective. So it's 1d3, please. Oh,
Ooh.
that actually was as effective. Who
Yeah.
am I to argue? So,
Argue with the dice.
okay, and again, now make a sanity roll against your revised sanity, please.
Back chance for this. Oh my.
No, but it was the other way around.
Would have been a narrow success if it was the other way around. No.
91.
He
A bit higher.
isn't able to help you any further, but yeah, I mean, that's still a boon, as it were.
I'm intrigued to have known what would have happened.
Yeah, well,
We'll never know.
maybe.
We'll never know. Damn.
Well, all I could say is one of your more permanent mental afflictions may have been removed and work out what.
But I like them.
Yeah, I don't want you to take that away.
Yeah,
Give it...
that's character.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Bert, can you roll a skill check for your rifle, or your rifle? You wouldn't be using a shotgun. Can't even remember what the skill is for it.
I've gone massively under it.
Yeah, okay. Well, as we thought, it was very unlikely that you were going to get any better by messing about on the deck for a bit, but
Yes,
there was always a chance. Okay.
kept me busy.
Okay. 3 weeks after leaving Bombay, the steamer glided up the Wangpu River. Its decks crowded with passengers eager for a first glimpse of the city. Shanghai rose before you like a dream of modernity and menace, a skyline of foreign banks, neon signs and colonial mansions press against a labyrinth of alleys, tea houses and temples. Junks and sampans swarm around the steamer as it approaches the famous waterfront promenade known as the Bund. The crew shouting in a dozen languages. The air smells heavily of coal smoke with an undertone of frying sesame oil and a hint of the bitter, earthy, slightly floral smell of opium. You stand at the rail watching the city unfold, vast, restless and alive with secrets. Your next chapter awaits. Okay, before you get into port, can I just ask what you're going to do about your items that you currently have secreted on your in your I presume you've got it in like a massive chest at the moment.
Yeah.
So you're able to board in Bombay with the use of your obviously the local connections, but you have a feeling that arriving at Shanghai might be a bit more difficult in terms of So how are you gonna? Firstly, what are you gonna do with all those items? Secondly, what about the machine gun?
Do we know what the local position is on weapons?
Yeah, you can
I
have
can
weapons.
guess what machine gun position is.
You can have weapons as long as they're licensed, and you show you the relevant papers. But obviously, you can't get a license for a machine gun.
We do know of an import and export company in Shanghai. We might not want to use it. Perhaps this would be a good opportunity to make our acquaintance of Mr. Wasif's friend and see what he could suggest.
Well, we have got to get off the ship.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be quite hard.
Well,
I've got a brilliant plan. All we have to do is get through customs and ask someone for help, and that'll help us get our guns through customs. Nailed it.
You may not have to do it all at the same time.
Is there any?
The ship will leave. I'm not going through customs until my friend comes back.
Is it just the weapons that are the problem? I don't think we've got anything else, have we, that would be.
Well, all the other
particularly
items we can justify as being antiquities that we are transporting from Egypt for sale.
Yeah,
because it is it's your job.
and my pistol's licensed because licensed in the States anyway. So we've got your machine gun. Lucky is the problem one. What about Sandra? Bert?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I got Sandra, and I've also got a handgun. Let's put them in my baggage, and
I've got a lot.
Is there someone on board the ship, Bert, that might be able to help us with this? Do you think? I mean, there are always going to be people who work on board ships who are not particularly well paid, who might be looking to earn a bit of extra money.
Do you think they'll be able to get through customs a bit more easily?
They might have contact. I am also carrying explosives.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that at this point.
hand grenades and such. But I do have a license. I do carry licenses for this because it's actually my profession. Demolitions, etc. This is my. However, I would have to go through the process of.
Yeah, you'd have to declare them, show your license.
Yes.
Declare them. They would hold on to them until they
exactly.
give you the requisite paperwork.
Well, I would be concerned that then I'd be in the system, and we can't guarantee that there isn't any cultist activity within the powers that be who would be looking out for my name. So that is not something I would like to do. So I think the suggestion of finding somebody who is badly paid and paying them to get our equipment through customs would be a eminent idea.
Okay, who's going to do that? Or you're going to do it? Or how are you going to do it? More to the point.
That's Jacob's the man with the gift of the gab, but I think we need to ask around subtly.
I think we need to go low into the ship in terms of sort of people who may, work in the engine room or
waiters, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What you actually trying to? What you actually going to ask them to do? What do you actually want them to do for you?
Whether there is any way we can get things through in a manner that wouldn't require examination.
Okay. Yeah.
Even if actually they can just tell us a bit more about what the customs situation is. Well,
yeah, that'd be a first question.
Could actually maybe we're throwing money in the wrong way. Perhaps we should just throw some money at the
customs.
At customs.
Well, we would need the right person to throw the money at.
We need to know that.
Yeah, that could end really badly, really quickly.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we leave it on the ship and then get somebody to hand it off to a smaller boat.
We've been on board for 3 weeks. Is there anyone who we might have come across in that time on board who? I mean,
it would be the gentleman that told us the second deepest part of the voyage.
Yeah, indeed. Which able seaman Tommy Briggs with a name like that. I mean, you can't go wrong, can you?
Trust him. Sounds trustworthy.
Can I take Tommy aside at some point and just ask him what the customs arrangements in Shanghai?
What are the arrangements in Shanghai? Okay.
Yeah, well, as an in terms of the conversation.
Of a number of personal items.
Well, no, at the moment it's just.
Well, you just have to disclose firearms, opium, printed materials normally, and then commercial goods. Why? You got something that you're worried about?
Well, hypothetically, if one was concerned about disclosing something in one of those categories, are there any ways of circumventing the system?
One thing you'll learn very quick about here is there are always ways. Normally they're silver.
My experience of dealing with that back in the States is that if you offer silver to the wrong people, it can go south very quickly.
It's not quite the same, is it? It's in where you come from, I'm afraid. Well, not I'm afraid. That's just the way it is here is that the Mexican silver dollar talks. Chuck a few of those around and you'll be surprised how many eyes turn the other way.
Well,
especially with gentlemen like yourself, obviously upstanding, and think of it more as a tip than a bribe.
Well, that's very helpful, Tommy. Is that a better route for my hypothetical friend than getting someone else to do it for me?
I would think so. I think that your average upstanding citizen, the likes of your friends, they would fare well if their tips were generous enough. If you get my meaning.
I do, Tommy. You've been very helpful. Thank you.
How helpful have I been?
This helpful. I'll give him $5.
$5, Jesus. Okay. Thank you. You are most generous, sir.
And this stays between you and me, of course, Tommy.
Taps his nose, of course. You just given him 75 quid for that piece bit of information.
Well, yeah, I want to buy his silence as well, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I hope you enjoy Shanghai.
So do I. Thank you, Tommy.
Okay, you're going to disembark.
Yes.
No,
okay.
How much do you think we need to get through?
So we say that we're in a bit of a hurry and we don't want our possessions to be held up in customs for longer than is necessary.
Well, we may be lucky.
Doesn't tell me how much to offer.
No,
Well, we may be lucky in the sense that I doubt they're going to be checking absolutely everything, are they?
No.
You start
to go down the. You start to disembark. You can see there's a long, low customs shed which sits parallel to the quay, with like a corrugated roof. There are some municipal police that stand around at intervals with like white helmets. They seem to be. You reckon they're probably British. The majority of the customs officers though are Chinese in dark tunics with like a silver thread insignia, and they have trestle tables, but they are just signalling random individuals. There's a lot of people that have quite a lot of luggage, but no, they're not all being checked. So yeah, you can just see what happens. You're just gonna try and bluff it out.
Yep, it's gonna be fun.
What about improving our odds a little? Lucky, you've got the most contraband. Would it be worth you looking after Sandra with the rest of it?
I think we should go shit or bust and put it all in one.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you meant spread stuff out rather than.
No. Exactly the opposite. All the contraband in one case.
Okay. Otherwise, all the contraband can go in one case, and who's going to be the guardian of that case?
Who's the best at talking their way out of stuff?
Well done, Jacob.
Well, yeah, Jacob, because we'll have the antiquities on the top. And
in fact, shouldn't the fine, upstanding Sir Edward,
English gentleman,
yes, have them
with the deep pockets.
Okay, you need the people, the kind of queue on the gangplank's beginning to thin out now, and if you're going to move stuff around,
go. Yeah.
Give it all to Sir Edward.
No, put it all in the trunk, and then Sir Edward takes the trunk.
Yeah, it's all in the trunk.
That's what I mean.
Sir Edward's got it. Okay.
And I'll stick with Sir Edward as well if you get taken aside.
Okay.
Lucky.
I may have to have you chaps helping me because I'm going to be leaning on my stick, making an effort to look like a kindly old man.
Okay, so is Sir Edward going to go through on his own, or is he going to look like there's, is there going to be more than one of you with his gear? Is what I'm asking.
Well, I think Sir Edward and Jacob together.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, Jacob, you need to make a luck roll, please.
But
that is a fail.
Okay. One of the Chinese customs officers. You come out here, open that.
I'll bring my case or my trunk over, bearing in mind Sir Edward has his own. I'll be fairly slow about it.
Okay.
Look a bit confused to begin with.
Sir Edward, can you make a luck roll with a penalty die, please?
Okay. I might look around for a porter to assist me with my trunk. It's quite heavy for me on my own.
There are plenty of porters that are standing around, but they seem to only seem to engage with customers after they've gone through customs.
100. Is that good? Do you think a penalty die will improve that?
No, he says no. He
I believe you rolled 100. That was so brilliant.
Okay,
of course he did.
Okay, he literally he loses his temper with you, Jacob. Pushes you to one side. No, him right here. Comes over, brings.
Amble over slowly.
Okay, open.
All right. At that moment, hopefully a bit nearby, I push Bert and say, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" And push him into the guy that is about to try and search Sir Edwards and start a rumble.
Oh dear. Okay. I think that at 10:10 and you've started a fight with the customs, I think that might be a good place to move.
I didn't start the fight with the customs person. I started a fight with Bert.
Did.
Okay.
Just don't start shooting each other again, please.
Let's tune in next week.
I'm not carrying a firearm.
Oh, well, that's all right then. Yeah.
Let's tune in next week to see what disasters are going to happen in the customs queue. I mean, come on, you did roll 100. I can't believe you've rolled 100.
Yes.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I think we've discovered that in Call of Cthulhu, customs are the equivalent of doors in Dungeons and Dragons.
They're our nemesis, yeah.
Yeah.